Okay, so hi everyone, very good evening all of you. Welcome to this live stream only onto the YouTube channel Unacademy Computer Science. So yes, tell me everyone, how are you people doing? Yes guys, let me know how are you all doing? Yeah, so hi everyone, hi, welcome over here everyone. So once you have joined in, just drop me a hi or yes in the chat box so that I just get to know you are here and we can start in for today. Great. Very good evening, Aditya. Very good evening. So we are having here, I'll just let you know about this GATE, CS and IT batches which are right now going on. So we are having this GATE, CS and IT batches which are right now going on. So here you can just save up to 50% onto your CS and IT subscriptions where you get in 4 months of free extension also. So you can just join in the Brahmastra Plus or the mission batches for your GATE and ECE and your PSUs for 2024 or 25, which already started from 31st of October. Right, so if you even have to join in or if you have any queries related to the same, you can just contact this number 8585858585. You can just dial this out and you can just go here and check out whatever your queries and the things are, right? So here is the plus and iconic, two type of batches are going over here. Okay, so accordingly the prices have been distributed for the plus and iconic also. So the exclusive GATE offer is like you have to say 50% off onto subscriptions with up to 4 months of free extension. You just get up to 25% off and free extra months as well. What are the benefits? So plus benefits you get in plus and iconic, both high quality printed notes you get in you do not get in plus, but on the iconic you get it. One-on-one live mentorship you do not get it on plus, but you get it on iconic. Customized doubt solving you don't get it on plus, but you get it on iconic, right? Again you are having the prices which have been mentioned up here for you to check them out. Next you have Brahmastra Plus, which is a batch for GATE 2024 that has already been started on 31st of October. Again I'm saying if you just want to join in any of the batches, if you as well want to have the plus or the iconic subscriptions, you can just reach out to the contact details, which is 8585858585 for your queries and the things. Okay, so here you start on with this okay, the language is gonna be English, Hindi plus English, and subject is gonna be a CS and it's gonna be a batch number B. Right, so you can just nothing can stop you from chasing your GATE, CS and IT dream. So you can just get started with no cost EMIs and even am I not audible? Just a minute. Yeah, I am audible. Adit, am I not audible to you? Okay. Fine. Okay, so you just get approved in the 2 hours, you will have the minimal paperwork, and even you will be having the flexible tenures. These are the few of the things which you have in over here. Are you? No, Aditya, I am not I do not deliver those courses. I just deliver your special class courses which you people are joining in right away. Okay. So congratulations on cracking up your GATE 2023. So these are people who have cracked out GATE 2023 and congratulations to all of them. And yeah, you can also be one of those if you practice out the things daily. If you learn other things daily, for sure you can also be one of those very soon. Okay, so yeah, this is what I had in the introduction for all of you for today. Okay, so tell me everyone, first quickly drop me a hi or yes in the chat box once you are here. Just very quickly guys, drop me a yes or hi in the chat box. if you are here, so that I can get to know ki you people are already here. Oh yeah, hi Aditya, hi Homo sapiens. Okay, rest everyone as well, just drop me a hi in the chat box. Okay, so before we move forward with anything, I'll just let you know ki we are having a special class at 8 p.m. just right after this YouTube live. We will be having that special class too, into which we will be discussing about your machine learning. Right, today we'll be dealing with a k-nearest, k means nearest, KNN algorithm. Okay, that is the topic we'll be covering in the special class. So the special class will be at 8 p.m. and that's onto your Unacademy app. Okay, so you can just simply, what you can do is you can just simply come and join in those classes. You will just get the link for the same in the description box for joining in that class for the machine learning. And that machine learning we are covering in for your GATE 2024 and for your interview preparations too. Okay, so if you just want to do any of those, you can just join in that class very easily, and we can just I can just give you an idea over the same in the class. Okay, Aditya, please be okay. Aditya, actually yesterday we had only discussed a little bit theoretical about the stacks and queues. Okay, that I'll take you through the class only. Okay, in the class only, in between I'll just give you a brief what we had done yesterday. Yeah, absolutely, Homo sapiens, right. Okay, stacks and queues. So yesterday we discussed a little theoretical things about stacks and queues, like stacks follow the structure of LIFO, last in first out. Queues follow the structure of first in first out, FIFO. Right? So this was what we had discussed on yesterday. Today we will very quickly see a few of the examples, maybe a practical implementation for your stacks and queues. That is what we'll be doing up over here right today. Okay? So yeah, let's get started over the same, everyone. So let's go with your stacks first of all. Okay, let's go in with your stacks. So what I'll do, I'll just quickly try to write in a Python program which will help you to implement out the stacks with the help of a list. Okay, list, you all know what it is. We had already covered about list in the 2 classes, and that's so in very detail, right? Okay, so let's say I make a variable as a stack 1. Okay, and inside that, let's say I store anything. I store, let's say, A, I store B, and I store C. Okay, 3 of my strings I stored in a stack. Okay, now I want to add any of my I would say one more. I just want to add one more string into my stack. What I'll do, I'll just simply write stack underscore 1, my variable name, dot. I would just use a function which is append function, right? And this append function will help me to add a add a value into my list. Let's say I want to add D, right? That is done. Now let's say I want to add one more thing. I would just write stack underscore 1 dot append, and in the bracket I would just write E. Okay, that's the thing. And now let's say I want to just print out my stack and check how does this looks like completely. So I just write stack underscore 1. Right, so see, this is how my stack completely looks out, A, B, C, D and E, right? Okay, now there are 2 operations. One is a push and other is the pop, right? Push operation helps you to put anything inside a respective data type or maybe data structure. Let's say you want to add any value to a list. That is where your push will help you out. And if you want to remove a last item, last element of your list, right, there you will just use the pop function. So we will just see that as well. But before that, I'll just quickly write your definition for the pop as well right now. It helps you to remove the last item, right? So whenever you just want to remove in the last item, no doubtedly just use the pop function. Now how to use that? I would just write it over here, print my variable name, print stack underscore 1 dot. I'll be using pop and the bracket like this. So this is a method you use in the that particular pop method. And now I would just do one more thing. I would just do and print in my stack over here. And now if I run this, see what has been done. E has been took out from my complete list which we had in, right? My I has been taken out from this list which we had in, and I am now having my list just up till the character which is D, just up till the item which is your D item, right? So that is how this particular thing helps you, and this is how you can add or remove out anything. Now let's say I do one more thing. I would again use the pop method. So I just write print stack underscore 1 dot pop, and again if I try to print my stack, now what will happen? It will again remove one more element for me, and now it just is left out with A, B and C. So why I am printing this statement? So as to see which elements are coming out or getting out of my list. If you just don't use this print, no issues, you just can't use, no worries. If you don't wish, don't use out that print function for the same, right? So this is how this stack is actually worked out. You just simply make a list, and that is complete the one. But now how do we know we are just using the stacks? Only because you are using the push pop functions over here, right? So that denotes you out, okay, this is something which is your stacks which are being implemented over, or which are being like practical implemented over here. That's the thing. So yes, tell me everyone, are we clear about the stacks? First of all, are we clear with this practical implementation, like how to declare a stack, how to add elements into it, and even how to delete the elements from the same? Are we clear with all these three things to every one of you? Just drop me a yes or a no in the chat box. Thank you. Thanks a lot, Harsha. Okay, Mohit. Okay, Aditya, stack is something, it is a collection of values. Okay, you can just say that stack is a collection of values. As here we declared a what? We declared a list, right? And like we declared a stack. And what it is just collection of a different values. So yeah, stack is just a collection of values. What makes it different is about the last in, first out, LIFO and the FIFO functions. LIFO is all about last in, first out. It means that whatever element you are going to put in the last, that is going to come out in the first. And FIFO is whatever the element you're going to put in the first, that is again going to come out in the first position only. Aditya, Q is also just a collection of items. The difference what comes between stack and queues is stack follows your last in first out LIFO method, and queues follow your FIFO method, FIFO, that is first in first out. Am I clear with that, Aditya, to you? Okay, perfect. So now let's proceed in, and right now if we are clear with the parts of the stacks, now what I would do, I would just take you towards the queue part. Right now I would just help you out how we can use the queue. And after queue also I have a lot of other things as well for you to discuss. Also let's see the that particular ones. Okay, so queue underscore 1, my variable. What I'll do, I'll just use, what I am actually right now doing is I am using a code to help you to implement a queue with the help of a list. Queues with the help of a list. Okay, that is what we are doing. Further, you can just use the queues with the array also. Tuples cannot be done because into that you cannot add or remove any element. So no use of using tuples with a queue, right? So like this it works out all about. Great. So I would again just use that same example which I had used above, so that you just don't get confused out too much. What I would do, I would add the values into it, right? Again, for adding, the method is same. Q underscore 1 dot append. As we did it before, same method you would just use is in the Q as well for adding the things. Dot append. And again, like this. And now you know what it will do. It will simply help you to add out these elements into your queue. This is what it will help you to do. It will help you to add out these elements into your queue, right? Now, one second, let me check in your chat once. Okay, fine. Right. Now what it will, next I would just try to print in this queue. Print Q underscore 1. That's it. And I would just run this out. So right, what it did as it was done in the stacks, it added me D and E at the last of my complete queue. That's what it has been done. Right. Now following further, what I would do, I now want to, let's say, remove the elements. So as told in by me to you, that queues follow the structure which is first in, first out. FIFO. F-I-F-O. Right. So what will we do? Now whatever the pop function we will apply with the help of the queues, that will help me to remove the first element of my list. I'll show you how. So I would just write in print and my variable name Q underscore 1 dot pop. And if you remember about the indexing which we had already learned previously, if you remember about the indexing, so I told you that whenever we do the indexing of these starts with the 0, right? Indexing of any respective data structure or data values starts with your 0. So in that same manner, over here this Q underscore 1 dot pop, it is helping you to take out the first element. Now if I just try to print in my Q over here, again Q underscore 1, and run this out, see what has been done. A has been removed from my Q. Now I am just left with B, C, D and E, right? That is what we are left out here with. So Qs, again, I'm telling you, these follow the structures of first in, first out. Going ahead downside, I am just trying to print up over here again that Q underscore 1 dot pop, and I would just again write 0 over here. And now it's the time for again printing that Q. So Q underscore 1, and if I just again run it, see now B has again been taken out, and now we are just left with C, D and E, right? So yes, this is the method for your queues, right? Again, adding the values in the queue is again the similar method as we used to do before for the stacks, but yeah, for taking out the elements in the queues, you have to take out the elements which are present at the first position, right? Maybe which are present at the 0th position. Those are the elements which you just have to take it out. So am I clear with this thing to everyone, guys, about the queues? How do these works, and if you have to delete the elements, remove of the elements, how will that work exactly? Okay, Harsha. What about the rest, everyone? I just want a confirmation. Are we clear with the same, guys? Okay, Aditya. Okay, Mohit. Fine. Okay. Now let's proceed in, guys. And now I have some more things for you as well over here in the queues only, right? Now there is one more thing which is called as DQ. I would just write it DQ, right? Now as in the case of stacks, what we do, we just implement out a list, right? And it completely works fine. You can just use the append and the pop functions into your list, and you just get a time complexity of big O of 1. Slowly and gradually I will let you know how to calculate the time complexity, but as of now just understand this much, that time complexity is big O of 1 in the stacks when we are appending and removing the elements, right? Now for the queues, the time complexity is not same. The reason is this, because we are adding a indexing over here. So if you just want ki the particular time complexity which is big O of 1, that should be same for the queues also. So in that case we use the DQ method, right? That's the respective way. So for using the DQ method, we have to use a module, a library which is already present in the Python programming language. Okay, so I will just help you to write that from collections. Okay, from collections it's about from collections we have to import the DQ, QDEQUE, right? So now that's the method how you use the DQ method. First of all, collections is a library, and inside that library we have a function which is your DQ function, right? Now what I would do, I would just, let's say, take a variable as in Q, right? And I would just try to make it a DQ. DQ is also, you can say, a kind of a data type only which we have up in the Python programming language. Okay. Now this time, let's say I would say P Q R S. Okay, P Q R S, 4 characters we had taken. Now what I would do, I would just simply try to first of all print in my Q. Print Q. Let's see how does it looks like. Again we just have this DQ PQRS. Now if you want to add something into this, so Q dot append, and into the bracket PQRS, let's say T. Fine, and I would just print in my Q again. So this T has been added at the end, and it is now simply demonstrating me that particular thing, right? Now moving ahead further with the things, now what is to be done over here, I would now try to, let's say we add one more if you just want to see. Otherwise there is no such need for the same PQT PQRSTU we are having, right?